While the president says he's making progress on Iran, it appears the Islamic Republic is looking to settle an old score.
That's right. Iran is reportedly looking to avenge the death of Qasem Soleimani, who served as head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps until he was killed by an airstrike authorized by President Trump in his first term.
While there was speculation that Iran would target Trump himself, they appear to have gone after a family member. That is Ivanka Trump, the president's daughter, who also happens to be Jewish.
That's right. And last week, the Department of Justice announced the arrest of an Iraqi national, Mohammed Bakr al-Sadi. And now the New Yorker is out with this chilling new report, writing, recently captured, actually the New York Post, pardon me, recently captured Mohammed Bakr al-Sadi made a pledge to kill Ivanka and even had a blueprint of her Florida home. He went around telling people we need to kill Ivanka to burn down the house of Trump the way he burned down our house.
Let's talk about this. National security contributor, former DHS Senior Advisor Charles Marino, and former National Security Council Chief of Staff in the Trump administration, Fred Fleitz. Gentlemen, pleasure to have you both on. So let's start with this new update on Ivanka Trump and this threat against her life from this terrorist. Charles, talk about, I guess what's standing out to me, how he gets the blueprints maybe to her house and they're tracking her movements. This is some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah, it is. And the operating assumption by the Secret Service and the FBI and others in law enforcement and intelligence has to be that this is a high possibility, especially when we were at conflict with Iran. So the protective operations have been enhanced around all of those that the Secret Service are protecting and the president's immediate family and others. And that's a necessity here. The problem with Iran is Iran also likes plausible deniability, which is where their proxies come in, and they make these very public threats against both the United States and the first family, hoping that somebody either outside the country that can gain access or somebody already here will act upon those threats. That's where it becomes very dangerous and more of a reality.
And the pictures we're looking at here, we just want to point out that we're showing was the terrorist there who made the threat with Soleimani. So obviously a very close liaison between those two men. Fred, I do want to get your thoughts on, obviously, Jared Kushner certainly plays into this, considering he is a diplomatic envoy in negotiations with Iran and obviously Ivanka Trump's husband. How does that play in as well? Would you perceive that he's also in danger?
Oh, I think he's definitely in danger. He's Jewish, and Ivanka converted to Judaism when they were married. This is just another reason why we went to war with Iran. President Trump has correctly said that Iran has been at war with us for 47 years. There's been numerous plots to kill President Trump. Now they're trying to kill his family. And frankly, Trump wasn't going to have any more of it. And I think that part of this peace settlement has to be an understanding that hostilities from Iran in every venue, in every dimension, have to end. And that means assassination plots against Americans, including the president and his family.
Charles, when you hear reports like this and then they're working towards a peace agreement, can you actually have one when you got people from the old regime like that guy whom we captured now making plans like this to go after the Trump family? Is it possible to get a real agreement?
Well, it's a fair question, especially in light of President Trump's recent comments that if anything should happen to him, Iran would be annihilated. So you've got threats going on underneath the surface. As I said, plausible deniability is always the name of the game when possible for Iran. And yet they're trying to put forth what they call good faith negotiations, which I think are almost impossible. So a very untrusting adversary in Iran. And we also know that they hold grudges. This is not much different, by the way, I should say, during the Bush administration with the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. We also saw threats go up significantly against the president and family members. So this is something that we typically see, especially when a conflict with an adversary. But Iran really widens the net here in terms of how they speak about these threats publicly.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Chuck, Fred, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.